In the last 4 seasons, he's won 18, 18, 16, and then this year's 17. Behind Jimmy Key's 2.76 for Toronto. Whitaker to start it. Breaking ball wrapped down to first. Herbeck alone, 1 out.
Getting over the plate, and he can come out throwing as hard as he can now because they've got Reardon at the end, which is a plus for this team.
He got it.
For the last couple of innings, not anymore with his Twins pitching staff.
Blew him away. Viola fans 2 in the first. And we'll be back. Doyle Alexander, apparently uninspired with the Braves. Now turn the page and look at what he did with the Detroit Tigers.
The farther those guys swung at the pitch, the farther out he moved, and he played Brinkman and he played the hitters.
Here's Gladden. Breaking ball toward the hole and a diving play by Brookins. He throws him out. Terrific play by Brookins to open the last half of the first.
Playing it in front of the bag of ability because he's a Maverick.
And there's his first strikeout. Came sidearm with some kind of dipping breaking ball, and he had Gagne completely fooled.
Sparky, since about a month into the season, and really for the benefit of young catcher Matt.
He struck him out. So both Viola and Alexander fan 2 in the first. To the top of the second we go, and we'll return to the Metrodome in a minute. It's going to be very close between Trammell and George Bell, and probably Puckett of Minnesota will finish third. Up in his eyes, and he grounds it down to third. Gaetti, who won a Gold Glove last year, throws him out.
We have a chance to see some outstanding defensive play. Postseason play was platooning with Herndon. After the home run, it was Sheridan slumping at the end. Perhaps Herndon will play against all kinds of pitching.
Here's a fastball and a towering fly ball toward the right field line. And Bernansky for the catch.
And you will notice Minnesota
1-2. Viola got 2 strikeouts in the first. And here's a bouncer up the middle. Lombardozzi won't get it. And that's the game's first base hit.
Evans has walked 100 times this year. That makes a difference also.
And he struck him out. That's 3 for Viola. No runs a hit. A man is left to the last of the second. No score in Minneapolis. It's 2-2. Down the left field line, racing over Gibson into foul ground for the catch in the bullpen.
This staff and the Minnesota Twins are predominantly right-handed hitting. Bush is in there today, and of course Herbeck will just find out.
Randy Bush on deck. And here's a long high drive. Dead center. Lemon back. It's gone. Check swing roller down to Brookins. And he throws over to first to quiet the crowd a little bit. What you saw the folks waving as Gaetti made the tour around the bases.
50,000 plus today, more humidity, more heat. It's cold outside, so there's no air conditioning on. And Sparky said the ball's going to fly, and it's going to.
A jam shot down to Evans, and that'll do it. But Gaetti puts the Twins in front, and we'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Defense has improved. They move base runners better than he did the last couple of years, and Kelly's a strict fundamentalist.
Change of speeds, and down goes Brookins. That's 4 for Viola.
That's the great circle change. He holds it in a similar fashion. His little finger and the one next to wide apart and rolls off the one finger. Looks like a screwball. I believe Don Sutton, who did some pregame work with Marvin Albert, throws one like that and has for years.
Heath sends one toward the gap in left center. Back goes Kirby Puckett all the way to the fence. He can't even leap for this one. It is out of here to tie the game. And boy, did that ball ever take off. It was hit so hard that Kirby couldn't get back there in time to even think about a leap, and he plays a very deep center field. Hard shot. Herbeck has it. Kelly flatly says that Herbeck is the best defensive first baseman in the American League, and he's mindful of how good Don Mattingly is, but Herbeck is his choice. All the greater. Viola fan Madlock in the first, and he does it here. 5 Ks for Viola, but Heath equals Gaetti, and we go to the last half of the third. Alexander, and I heard him say repeatedly as he watched pitches he took for strikes or swung through, what was that? Chopper toward Trammell. Low throw. Evans digs it out.
Allen has had trouble on occasion over the last few years with elbow problems and a little tenderness in the up. Now he's back down in the strikes. When he comes up and usually moves the guy off the plate.
Laudner fans for the second out in the last half of the third.
There's probably no pitcher in either league who can play on the hitter's weakness.
They had just 4,000 tickets a game sold by opening day.
Look at how he's spread out for that changeup.
And he hits this one to left. Gibson almost in his tracks makes the catch. A perfect third for Alexander. Now here's a look back at a very special Olympic moment. He will be followed by Trammell and Herndon in the top of the fourth. 1-1 tie. Broken bat, roller towards short. Here's Gagne. Unloads quickly and got him. Gagne had him played towards second base. He had to cut back to his right and make a backhand play.
Viola saw Gibson's battle. Read some copy written by some PR directors from the American League, approved by the American League, saying the odds-on favorite for MVP is Trammell. Trammell doesn't say that.
Lombardozzi goes back to make the catch, and Kirby Puckett barely made it into your picture. He plays a very, very deep center field.
What you're looking at between there are 125 ball games that are easy. I don't know how a game like this of this importance, the Viola could be easy.
Bounce down to Gaetti. And a 1-2-3 top half of the fourth. Still tied at 1 in the Metrodome. He's contributed with the bat, and is throwing his return. He's been very effective there. Bouncer to Trammell. 4 Gold Gloves for him, 3 for his partner Whitaker.
There he is again, right up the middle of the diamond, where Doyle Alexander's trying to make him hit it. Lance Parrish, but they sure miss a lot of other things about him.
Kirby struck out to end the last half of the first. Hopper to Whitaker. Chest high bounce, and that takes care of Kirby Puckett, who's now 0 for 2.
Up till 2 years ago, that's the way Kirby Puckett hit. No home runs the first year. Fallen steel signs for center field camera. You can forget it. The shakes of the head and wipes with the glove. Add, subtract, change location.
Here's a drive, and Whitaker leaps to spirit. What the players call an atom ball. Hit hard, but right at him. Back after these messages from your local station. So if anybody gets on, it'll be Heath. His homer tied the game after Gaetti had given the Twins the brief 1-0 lead. Sky-high pop. Herbeck back. Calls Lombardozzi off and squeezes it.
And most first basemen, you mentioned this earlier, Bob, would have just given away to the
6-hitter and felt like I was losing because Darling threw a no-hitter through 11. Evans goes the other way, and Gagne can't come up with it.
He was trying to shuffle his feet so he could get position. Remember, on the artificial surface, unlike when we go to Detroit for
than any team in the American League. Just 98. Brookins. In the air to left center field. Gladden will have room. Back to first goes Evans with 2 out.
Gladden, who has been a surprise, remember with the San Francisco Giants, they call the Big Four here, He could be very important in this series. Dan Gladden with his running speed.
Heath burned Viola his last time. This time a slow roller to short, and Gagne goes the short way around Berdozi for the force. Evans' single is wasted. To the last of the fifth we go. He's going for number 2. It's way back. It's out of here. First pitch of the inning. He was only 36 when he first burst on the national scene with the Reds in 70. Down the right field line, fair ball. It bounces against the canvas, is in play. Tough pop. Bush wants a triple, and he'll make it.
And with Reardon the way he's been pitching, you get him in the 8th or 9th, and Viola can't last. It changes.
Another extra base hit. In comes Bush. Brunansky has a double.
Looking for the bunt. Excellent butter, Lombardozzi.
He bunts toward first. Evans tags him as he goes by. Successful sacrifice.
Dan Petrie. He pitched well in long relief as
Struck him out. That's 4 for Alexander. This might drop. It does. It's 4-1.
first base umpire looking closely that no balk move is committed.
And that finishes Gagne, but the Twins hit for the cycle in the inning. Homer by Gaetti, triple by Bush, double by Brunansky, single by Gladden. 4-1 Minnesota.
Either little slider or that changeup.
A chopper to Herbeck, easy chance, 1 out. Out that Viola got him on fastballs, busting him inside in the first. Then in the third, all breaking balls away, and he struck him out with that. This is a weak pop-up, and he's done on the first pitch.
Madlock once again having your bubblegum card in your breast pocket.
2-1. And here's a long blast. Brunansky back. He's a spectator.
No.
It hit the canvas on the backside.
Gibson wasn't sure either. He held up until the umpire said, yeah, it did.
It's over.
What Gibby saw was the ripple in the canvas. He thought it hit the canvas and was in play, but it hit off the facade and hit the canvas on the backside. This Tiger team scored just under 900 runs during. Maybe tomorrow, if it stays cold, no air conditioning, a lot of people.
Trammell didn't get all of this one. Gladden in left center. The homer by Gibson cuts into the Tiger deficit as we head for the last of the sixth. It's 4-2. 30 home run hitters. Tommy Lasorda's 1977 Dodgers. The Twins came close. Into center field. Lemon got a late break, but he gets there.
He plays very deeply, just as you mentioned earlier that Puckett does. Perhaps the seventh inning when Reardon will amble down.
Herbeck bounces one toward Whitaker. Nonchalantly takes care of it.
Great hitter's pitch seemingly, but here's the time where Doyle Alexander likes to pull the string. Good fastball.
Into shallow center field this time. And Lemon puts it away. A perfect sixth. And Gaetti finally proves human. We'll be right back after these messages. The Tigers are barely a .500 club against left-handers, and they have a terrific record against righties. Herndon hits one softly into center, and Puckett will not get to this. So it's a leadoff hit for Herndon. Now, tomorrow night, as good as Bert Blyleven is,
changing speeds more, but we'll see what he does tomorrow.
Lemon wraps one. Gagne can't get it. Herndon will stop at second, and the Tigers have something going in the top of the seventh. Line drive, base hit. Herndon held up, and the bases are loaded on 3 consecutive singles.
We talked before about this isn't a collection of great players.
Drive base hit that could tie the game. 1 run home. Puckett with a great arm, and they hold the others. And look at that throw.
Alex Kramis knows the arm strength. One of the best left-handers in the league. You beat him, it's got to be a letdown for this Twins team. Although they haven't let down all year through all the adversity they've been in.
All right, Whitaker. Possible double play. They're coming home, though. And they get the force. And that was the right decision because it was not hit hard enough.
It's a left-handed hitter, Whitaker, even though Whitaker does have a bad instep.
And had even a scent of Viola. Struck out twice and popped up. And this one is flagged down by Viola. He throws him out. The Tigers got the minimum out of 4 singles. Just 1 run. Center field, Lemon back and over. Has it. Brunansky wallops one, but Gibson is there. It was hit hard, but almost in his tracks. Kirk makes the catch for the second out. And again, we remind you that we'll select the NBC Miller Lite Player of the Game at the conclusion of the contest. With their 85 wins, the Twins would have finished 5th in the American League East. Bouncer toward the hole. Trammell from what would be the outfield grass doesn't get it. The Tigers, the Blue Jays, the Brewers, and the Yankees, if you put them in the East. Back to Alexander. High throw, but Evans is able to handle it. And we move on to the 8th. Viola doesn't have much margin of error left.
So what I don't want to do against Sparky is bring the right-handers in too soon because he's got some left-handers on the bench.
Oh, he went to the changeup on 3 and 2. Change off the curve and missed with it.
If there's a man out.
The 0-1 pitch to Trammell. Liner over Lombardozzi's leap, and on the turf, it gets deep into the gap. It'll be a double for Trammell. And on to third is Gibson. Second and third, nobody out. That's a single at Tiger Stadium. The ERA was inflated early when Reardon struggled in April and May.
Curveball, so he's got 3 pitches. A lot of relievers, short relievers have just 2.
Bergman swings on the first one. Fly ball that'll be deep enough to tie the game, but watch Trammell at second. Puckett charging. Play at third, no. Trammell was able to tag in advance. Herbeck, as he cut it off, had an idea. So now Viola will be denied the win. And if Trammell scores, in the air to right field, and the Tigers are going to have the lead. Brunansky makes the catch in foul ground, so in theory he didn't have to catch that, but he didn't know that as he crossed the line.
He was too close. The ball just kept drifting, ball pretty well. And we've gotten out of a close call in the 7th.
This ball's hit down the line, Brunansky racing over, and he makes the running catch again in foul ground. Two more cracks at it for Minnesota. They'll have the top of the order. Gladden to start it. Up the middle. And the tying run is on for the Twins.
For a bunt, so there are 3 possibilities. Billy Muffet trying to check to see if they're ready in his pen.
Brookins thinks he's bunting, and he's right. Toward first, Evans makes the running catch in foul ground.
Perhaps a player that executes in almost all phases as well as anybody on this team, Greg Gagne. Tony Oliva said, look, you're floating back into your old pattern. Start driving the ball.
And he drives this one into the gap in left center field. Lemon chasing after, can't get it. It bounces off the plexiglass. Here comes the tying run. Play at the plate. Safe. Series for Oklahoma State, where he was a teammate of the Rangers' Pete Incaviglia. They're loaded with 1 out.
Really the same pitches that the veteran Alexander was getting early in the ball game, right near the outer edge. The rookie doesn't get it from.
As you might expect, the moment Hernandez was announced, the left-handed hitting Bush was called back. That's a hit. 1 run is home. They'll stop Herbeck at third. Back at third, Gaetti at second. Baylor, who knew what to do when they turned the spotlight on, is at first. And here's a shot that'll add more runs. It gets in the gap. 2 are home. Baylor being waved home. They got a chance on him. And he's out at the plate. On a 2-run double by Brunansky. 4 runs home in the last of the 8th.
A hard thrower who can have control problems.
5 walks in that stretch. Here's a little broken bat bloop. Whitaker retreats and makes the catch. So that finishes it, but not nearly in time from the Tiger perspective. That looks like a hit. Brunansky won't get to it. So Grubb battled him. And on the third 3-2 pitch, he lines a single to right. Marquee, especially from the Twins side. This has been an exhilarating opener. On the outside corner, and Noakes is finished. Tying run's going to come to the plate in the person of Bill Madlock, who's overdue. He got it. Twins, top of the 9th. Minnesota wins it.